The next feature we have recently introduced and we have expanded in 12.3 is our AI LLMs integration called Smart CodeInsight. In fact, to help our customers leverage the LLMs for coding, RAD Studio 12.2 introduced an open architecture for AI plugins, offering ready-to-use support for 3 online solutions, which are OpenAI, Gemini by Google, and Claude by Anthropic, and also one offline solution you can install locally, which is Ollama with CodeLlama. These architectures offers multiple goals. Everything is optional and disabled by default. We make available multiple providers and let you choose which one or which ones you want to enable in the IDE. And again, because we include a locally installed offline solution, offers the maximum privacy you can obtain while still using an LLM to help you coding. RAD Studio 12.3 further improves Smart CodeInsight, adding a few notable extensions to the user interface, focused on improving the chat experience and have a better and more integrated experience when using the editor commands alongside with the chat window. The chat window now supports Markdown, so it offers properly formatted and more readable output in general. The other change is that it allows reading editor content, and this can be done in 2 ways. You can click on one of the buttons that are available to copy some of the editor content into the actual prompt, or you can use special macros in text to extract the same information in a more programmatic way. But there is another change. The commands issued in the editor offer the option to send the result to the Markdown enabled chat window. So rather than sending it to the editor itself, which remains an option, you can send the result to a better formatted response. Now there's a bit more. We now have a flexible option in the configuration dialog. We can provide a list of models automatically, and this is not a statically crafted list, but it's a list that can be refreshed directly from the specific engine, asking which are the models you currently support. That is important because that list is continuously updated by the vendor, and you can easily update the model you're using in your coding experience in RAD Studio. Finally, there is one new feature among the editor commands, which is find unit. And the idea is you select a type or a symbol, and you can find the required use statement to include in the code. Let's have a quick demo of these features. The first thing I want to show you regarding Smart CodeInsight is that you don't have to type in the name of the model anymore, but you can use this combo to load the available models and pick one of the models returned by the actual API of the provider you have selected. The second thing I want to show is the fact that now when you are asking a question, what is Delphi, you get an answer that is now formatted with MD, which is much nicer. The interesting thing is that not only the chat has this better UI, but also if you have code selected in the editor, you can ask something about the code. Explain me what this code does. And then you can use a macro to pick the selection. And similarly, you get a result nicely formatted in the chat window. Similarly, and that is better demonstrated by dropping the chat window on the side, is you can use commands in the editor itself. Rather than sending the result to the editor, you can now send the result to the chat window. So for example, if we are looking for bugs in this code and there is one glaring one, then you can ask for information directly from the editor and have the result displayed in the chat window. A different thing that you might want to do, and in this case you might want to keep the result in the editor, is find unit. Suppose that you want to use an init file and you don't remember which is the unit, and of course you get an error message saying undeclared identifier. And now what we can do here is do find unit, and most likely we'll get information of which is the unit that we need to add above to our uses statement. And then we go back to our code